Vanessa, you've been in the cruise industry for decades.
Yes.
You sailed over 130 times.
Yes.
And clearly you are in shock. This is not what happens on cruises.
No, it just isn't. And it is one of those rare, isolated incidences. We hate to see this happen. Clearly it did. We cannot speculate. But from what the press says, it was a human error situation. I guess in a way, the loss of life was relatively contained, even though it is tragic, and certainly we do send our sympathies to everyone.
It's so remarkable how rare this risk is.
Yes, and we should address this, because I think one of the things that our audience might be interested in is, well, how safe is it to go on a ship?
Right.
Well,
should
really,
I change my plans?
No.
There are many people out there who are booked, who are thinking about booking, and should this scare them, Vanessa?
No, I don't think it should scare them. I really don't. I mean, I would get on a ship tomorrow. And I have been on ships in hurricanes and tsunamis and gale force winds and 60-foot seas and in all sorts of weather. And I have never, ever, Lynn, ever not felt safe.
Right.
Everybody is trained on these ships. The crew do a muster every week. We've been on ships together.
Yes.
We have attended lifeboat drill, which was usually within hours. You know, as you sail, usually about an hour before you sail, you're taking lifeboat drill. You know where your muster station is. You are wearing your life jacket in most instances. But the governance of the cruise industry, I think we need to discuss that. There are very many organizations that govern the cruise industry. There is safety of life at sea rules and regulations that is global. So the ships have to be built and have to adhere to the highest standards.
And of course, navigational standards are extraordinarily high.
Yes, they are.
Something that's really struck me is how every single member of the crew is involved in the mustering, is involved in the safety training. They are clearly, whatever role they play outside of safety, is they play two roles. One is the role as an officer, a cook, whatever it is that they are.
A casino person.
Exactly. But they all have a role to play in safety, and I have seen it taken so seriously. It almost gets to the point, to be very, very frank, where you think, oh really, enough already.
Yes.
You know, this is so, I feel safe, it's okay. But really, it's extraordinary the lengths that they go to, and to have every single crew member really knowing what they're doing.
If anyone is concerned, they can speak to their cruise line that they've booked with. They should speak to their travel agent that hopefully is part of the booking process.
Right.
That's what a travel agent is for.
It's to assure you about every detail.
But also to help repatriate in this instance. And I know the people at Costa Cruises, I've been hearing from them. They've got over 1,100 people working on this right now. Carnival, which is one of the biggest companies in the world, owns very many brands. Holland America, Princess Cruises, Seabourn, Costa, and so forth, Carnival itself. And they can bring a lot to bear here. But I can assure people that their maritime expertise and their commitment to safety is huge.
And I think that's something that we should also point out to people is everyone has a personal responsibility. So when you travel, you have a personal responsibility to make sure that you don't just show up at the muster and go away and have a drink. There's a reason that they have those safety drills. You should look at the card on the back of your stateroom door. You should know where your life jackets are. You should know where your muster station is. You are also responsible for your own safety when you're on it. When you're in life.
I agree. And I think one of the reasons we're all shocked, and you and I particularly, I'm still in shock really after finding this out, is that it is so rare. So I think that's why it's shocking. You just never expect this to happen.
That's right. I'm a travel producer, but I've also come from a news background, and when these things happen, they are so shocking and they are so sensational in their scale that it's hard to realize and to remember in the moment how rare they are. And in fact, I think that's why they seem so shocking to us, is because we don't see it happen very often.
Thank goodness.
Exactly.